Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to the Hayseed night, where we are about to see how this scene plays out now that we have 4 participants. Eina and Adder and Burbis over here, who were in this scene also during our first playthrough, but now we also have Geoff. So let's see what happens.
You won't catch me alive!
Geoff ran in the other direction, slamming the door behind him. The 3 remaining clients in the tavern watched him go without saying a single word. Oh, so that's what happened. And now there's 3 again.
He must have taken you for a tax collector.
How uncivil. So, back to the topic at hand.
Right. Hey, Eina, come here. This one here was just asking about you. Get this. He thought I was your patron.
I said master.
Hold up. I think I see the confusion. You mean the good kind of master or the bad kind of master? Because I'm neither of them. I'm just Eina's little potato boy.
Eina couldn't afford to lower her guard for 1 second. That fallow deer staring at her so intently could very well be a spy from Heirloom's Traders Guild trying to get some information from Adder.
So, do you two know each other or something?
We absolutely do not. You may call me Burbis, if you must spend your breath discussing anything other than this beauty. Look at that skin. Porcelain could never be this pearly. Gods above, is that alabaster?
Yeah, Burbis thinks Eina is a golem. Adder and Eina shared a confused look while Burbis kept rambling.
Is he hitting on you?
However, the almost total absence of a snout and that triangular nose shape do not seem to align with the heavily embellished idea of the Achaean held throughout the rise of Besaxerat. A fawn, perhaps?
He's trying to figure her out.
No, of course not. Eyes so detailed, roundish shapes, and a small mouth. Oh, look at the blush covering the nasal area and the cheeks. The very expression of femininity. Undoubtedly unique.
Darn right he's hitting on you.
Of course, the Sephi may have had a twisted sense of humor, shaping their servants like us. My point is, I never expected to see a golem with female features. Oh, by that.
She, sir. Eina's a she.
Yes, I said as much.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Putting anything into Eina's, especially your fingers, into Eina's mouth.
An automated shutdown function.
Have you lost your marbles?
Why, I would never...
Eina.
Indeed, this is not just a golem.
Holy horns, is my accent too thick?
Are you certain about that? Core, is that the kind of information?
I get the feeling you're mixing.
Worry not, friend. Truly, we shan't be equal for as long as our intrinsic value continues to be tied to the size, shape, or absence of horns.
Here, here.
Indeed, isn't the...
Darn right.
Wow, look at that face!
All right, let's go over this.
It is certainly not uncommon for the albino-like features. I see the green dye is recent, though. With all due respect, sir, do you understand the kind of chemicals you're exposing your golem to?
Yeah, Adder's getting angry at Burbis's insistence that Eina is a golem. Very angry.
You could call her my boss. You could call her my friend.
If I am not sure how you stumbled upon her, this
She's not!
is too...
Is not!
Fine. I had been told...
Dagger has the barkeep worried.
Stop that, you halfwit!
Who?
And
No, not the sand for—
Oh, not this again, please.
Yeah, Eina has promised Adder that she won't cause a ruckus. So she wants to keep her promise and isn't going to do anything in this situation. Adder, though.
Now face the irrefutable proof! Wait, where are its joints? No, over here? Wow!
Yeah, Adder didn't like Burbis cutting up Eina's clothes, invading her personal space and privacy and forgetting all decency. And this is how Adder winds up in jail.
I really don't know what to say. But against all evidence pointing to the contrary...
How was I supposed to know that that asshole son of a beast was Lord or whatever?
Hey, we don't use that language here.
That's how we call them pervs that don't
Making mothers the subject matter is not respecting ladies.
The patron insults Mazo.
And since when's that senile desert shrub a role model? What in the name of the Hatsa are you laughing about now?
Quit hollering, she don't know what's going on.
Oh no, you're not going anywhere. I keep my guards well behaved, and I expect no less from the citizens, Adder. Look, I'm sure this is all just some big misunderstanding.
He ain't got nothing to...
Kid, I can barely understand a word you're saying. Come on, Eina. It's time for you to go home.
Yeah, he wants to keep Adder there while he looks into what's going to happen to him.
Fine. But I swear by Aimai that I'll rake you across the coals if I find a single brick out of place in Addersal when I'm back. Are we clear?
Yeah, Eina's not going to leave her friend in trouble. Last time I think I chose to break into Adder's cell. This time, we'll choose a different option. We'll keep the promise. Eina cast a look on Adder's direction. The boy nodded. She'd better behave. Eina took a seat on a sturdy-looking bench and fixed her gaze on the tip of her boots. She wanted to try her best not to cause a ruckus.
So you're not just going to keep me waiting. You're going to keep me waiting in a cell.
Ah, so they show up.
But babe, you know that I wouldn't leave you if I didn't have to. It's an emergency.
But the ruckus came her way all the same.
Why can't you just let me go home and tell Miss Rochelle that you can't make it today? I'm sure that I can get you a refund. Again.
Because I still want to do this, damn it! Just wait here, act like you've been caught, I'll finish in a minute.
I'm sure you will.
What was that?
You have yet to prove me wrong, Sir Askadath.
Yeah, we all know by now that Sir Asgadath here is not into ladies.
Wait, did she just say Askadath?
Yes, she did. Don't say another word until we're done here.
Just you wait. I'm gonna bring the best wine in the whole of Akathor, and we'll go back to your room, and it's gonna be a wonderful goddamn night, you hear me? I'm gonna wipe that smirk off your pretty face.
The door was slammed shut, though the gazelle remained impassible.
Bring more wine for Jaceve. Oh, Elbar, you're too easy.
In a city with 1 million citizens, spread over leagues of terrain divided in 10 districts, out of which only about 5% were Barhan, the odds of finding the same damned gazelle that made Adder sigh were pretty low. And yet, there she was, the gazelle with red hair, the gazelle that, she was really, she had a big...
Where are you looking, snowflake?
For being so good at being sneaky, Eina was definitely lacking in the art of subtly appreciating others' figures.
Hey, you're the one that was with Geoff back in the alley, aren't you? Where's that jerk? Don't tell me he got caught too. What? I'm sorry. I don't speak beast. I don't speak fawn either.
Eina folded her arms over her face, angrily looking away for lack of a retort that didn't involve using her fists. If Geoff's theory was correct, that snippy girl was the gazelle for whom Adder sighed, hereby proving Eina's theory that Adder only surrounded himself with imbeciles. Excluding herself, of course. Joseph, as she'd called herself, tiptoed around Eina in search of a spot to rest her legs. She stopped halfway, suddenly pulling closer to Eina.
That's a curious pattern you have there. Where did you get it?
Eina wasn't feeling particularly disposed to reply.
Say, you wouldn't happen to be friends with... what's his name? Something about a high field. Oh, Adder, perhaps?
Eina's ears perked up as she turned to look at her cellmate. The gazelle smirked, suddenly irradiating an aura of haughtiness.
A green-haired albino... No, of course. He told me quite a bit about you. His beloved boss, Iona.
Joseph's line of sight led Eina to her favorite hammer, which she had so lovingly signed, back when the Surnar I and O hadn't yet been given different phonograms. Another reminder of the passage of time, for no Barhan worth their sand would have stooped so low as to become familiar with such a simple alphabet back in their day.
No, that doesn't sound right. Eina? Wait, Tesena?
The gazelle stared at her wide-eyed, incapable of stopping 1,000 conflicting thoughts from revealing a little spark behind her cynical eyes. An excited young girl emerged from her broken facade.
The daughter of the merchant, yes! My brother had a huge crush on you. He begged and begged Mom to bring you home, and she even offered your father a hefty sum to buy you. But that was when she thought you were a golem, of course. Do you remember her? Thar wife of Igai? Or me? Any of that at all? Have you forgotten me too?
Eina hesitated. She had a feeling, a hunch rather, that she should have cared, that this was important. Something told her that these were names she would have known had she been the Eina this gazelle clearly knew. But she wasn't. With a decisive negation, Eina dispelled any instant childish hopes. Eina dispelled any distant childish hopes Joseph could have held. Had she strained her ears, she may have heard the sound of a heart sinking a little deeper, breaking a little further. But little did that matter to either of them. A heavy sigh signaled that the moment of honesty was over. Joseph let her face rest on one hand as her eyes turned to contemn Eina once more.
Fancy that. I was just a child the last time I saw you, but I didn't forget you after all. Either I have a very good memory, or oblivion isn't as eternal as they say, huh? Don't make that face, Pipsqueak. Only an idiot would think that you're a golem for long. You don't need two eyes to see that there's a breath of a soul inside you.
It was now the gazelle's turn to stare at Eina until she felt uncomfortable.
I see anger when I look at you. A selfish anger. pride that only grows by the day. I see a need to have it all. A need to leave a mark in the people around you, framed by the vague hope that they won't remember your mistakes anyway. But I can't see you at all. Are you a mirror, perhaps? Or am I looking too much into this like a certain someone I know?
Eina didn't understand what this Joseph was laughing about, but she immediately assumed that the gazelle was mocking her somehow.
So how does oblivion work? How far back can you remember? Can you remember your life at all? Will I forget that you exist again if I don't see you tomorrow? Come on, humor me a little. It's my first time talking directly to a ghost.
As far as either could tell, anyway. Eina's lack of a response filled the room with a deep, uncomfortable silence, one filled with secrets and regrets, though perhaps not for her. After all, Eina had already been spared from any and all guilt she could have felt over a forgotten story. She never even had the choice to remember it to begin with. No, scratch that. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Actually, Mom told me that people get cursed for doing something so unforgivable that the gods can't look the other way. But what would a kid like you do? Leave food on the plate? Forget to brush your teeth before bed?
Well, I mean, her attitude is kind of insulting, right? And like, Eina would be angry at her for that, right? And she was snickering at her butt. So I kind of feel like we would insult her butt, right?
I bet you didn't leave food on your plate. Fat ass!
Excuse me?
Adder. Oh, hi, girls. Adder.
Wait, he's here? How did he even... Ugh, never mind. Where's that idiot Elbar when I need him?
Joseph paced back and forth, muttering things under her breath as she looked at the door. But the smith didn't hear any of that. Her mind had stopped functioning altogether. Eina hadn't even opened her mouth. How did she even...
You, Cabbage Head. Make sure Adder doesn't do anything rash.
Her imperative voice echoed in Eina's mind, clouding every other thought. She suddenly felt obligated to comply. Okay.
Adder. Please tell me you're still there.
Illigrab nearly slammed Adder's cell door open. He finally stopped saying Adder upon seeing said boy calmly sitting on the bench.
Hey there, lad. I have some good news and some bad news. Which do you want to hear first?
Ah, I remembered this. He's going to tell Adder that he's going to be executed.
The bad?
The good news is that Burbeth is alive and well.
How's that bad?
Are you familiar with the words attempted magnicide? Don't worry, I'll explain on the way.
Hold up! What do you mean by public execution?
He meant, of course. What was that?
Nothing! Tell me what happened next.
Right. Well, Adder and Illigrab. Lynn?
All that talk about food made me hungry.
Great sign that you should return to your parents for the day then.
That's, no! We can't stop here. I don't want to go until you finish the story. What if your old bud crumbles to dust tomorrow and I haven't gotten to hear the end of it?
Adder turns into a knight, someone messes up his name at some point, and you're eventually born. The end.
Don't go! Please! I'm going
Fine, but I'm not letting you starve. By the moon and all its children, where am I supposed to find milk now?
Milk? What?
Isn't that what fawns eat?
What? I'm not a fawn!
Sure you are. What are you, 2? 3?
I'm 14!
See? A kid. I'm not even sure you're old enough to hear what happens next.
How dare you! My age doesn't matter here. I'm a gaze reader. You wouldn't believe the things I've seen inside people's minds.
That's fair. I can understand that.
See, there's this one goat with a broken horn.
No. I don't want to hear it.
And then she asked me to see if the other girl had managed to pull it out of...
I said I believe you. Ugh, gods. This is why I hate mortals. One day you're all cute and tiny and full of hope and pulling on my ears, and the next you're suddenly 2 heads taller than me and thrice wider, and you only know how to talk about... What's that look for?
What are you?
I am very done with this conversation. Chapter 3. Locked in freedom. Oh yeah, adders. Public execution. Isn't going to go quite to plan. Yeah, Adder's neck is a bit too, well, differently shaped from the standard. And here we get to hear about Joseph and Elbar.
I'm going to slap him. I'm going to saw his horns off with a spoon. Ah, Sir Askadath. Finally.
I'm afraid that Sir Askadath is currently indisposed.
Excuse me?
Affirmative, my son.
So what exactly does he expect me to do?
Then by all means stay, my son.
I have waited enough.
I don't appreciate your implications, my son. Sir Askadath? Sir, if you have finished polishing your horns, then...
Hush! I'm brooding!
I realize how important that must be to you, sir.
I said no interruptions, damn it!
Yeah, Joseph or Sepp isn't going to have no for an answer though.
Oh, do my eyes deceive me?
Don't.
Babe, please don't tell me you're truly willing to throw a tantrum over some...
Short? It was dark out when you threw me in jail.
6 minutes, 6 hours, what does it matter?
Is that all I am to you after all?
Watch that tongue, woman! You are making me look bad in front of my staff.
My opinion of you remains unchanged, sir.
I love him.
Oh, so I'm not discreet enough for you, am I?
Of course not!
Could it be then that a knight such as yourself can give orders to royalty now?
Bam it! Fetch a barrel of my finest wine from the...
Gladly, sir.
Will that...
Of course not. Give me a portion of the assignation for Miss Rochelle as an added compensation.
Is that a tear I spy on your face?
I would never cry for you.
Blast me in all my luck! Hide behind your lies all you wish. I doubted my love for you at a match, but...
How about an explanation?
A tragedy befell my house last night.
Oh dear. That's horrible. What happened?
And here I think Sepp learns that Adder is in trouble.
What happened indeed? 2 men remained on the scene when my...
Yeah. It could have been any other one-eyed deer, but it isn't.
One-eyed scoundrel?
I hesitate to call that creature a deer, and it's not just his body that's twisted.
That doesn't sound like...
Oh, don't mind his rambling. He's...
Right. Well, as you well said, doesn't the case sound a little incomplete to you, Sir?
A reason? A reason?
Oh, of course. That's what...
Yes, you understand now.
Cunning enough to make you trust them with your biggest secret.
That's oddly specific, but yes.
You really have some opinions on Rose, don't you?
What? No! Bite that sword, just see. Think of all the diseases they...
You killed him?
I tried to do so myself, yes.
Is he dead or alive then?
See.
And now, Joseph or Sepp gets to see Adder in the process of, trying to be executed or, you know, people trying to execute him.
Ah! Oh! Whoa! That didn't hurt half as much as I thought it would.
Yeah, the execution isn't quite taking because of Adder's abnormal neck.
Oh, come on, not again!
And the crowd is loving it.
Did you see that? This is the third time that it happens.
What a clown. He's loving the attention.
Is he? Oh, curse that boy and...
A trial, perhaps?
Yeah, she is trying to save Adder's life here.
So, Elbar is actually my ancestor? What?
And Lynn is horrified at Elbar and Burbis possibly being related to her.
Burbith is my... But what if you're wrong? You underestimate me.
Adder! How are you hanging, lad? I'm sorry.
Oh, great! You brought water.
Yeah, Illigrab is too kind of conscientious to break any rules, but he's trying his best to help Adder kind of within the rules.
Well, I thought you'd be parched from screaming so much. I just heard back from the executioner, and he's...
I don't want to die.
There, drink up.
Just, what the heck are you even doing here, Illigrab?
What? No! Don't even think that for a second, Adder.
So you ain't gonna do nothing at all, that it?
Hey, I've done plenty. It won't hurt half as bad as the time Eina squeezed a potato out of your neck, I promise.
Yeah, he's trying to make it as painless as possible for Adder, but that's not good enough. Obviously, Adder doesn't want to die.
Hey, boss!
That, my boy, is precisely why we need to get this over and done with.
So get me the hay out of here!
Justice should never distinguish between a stranger and a friend.
Course I would! That look anything like justice to you?
Yeah, it's not exactly justice. It's following the rules, yeah, but the rules are not just.
No, Adder.
All right. Noose lined up.
Be a good boy now and...
Yeah, he's planning on playing to the crowd.
Hold up!
Yes. You get a free axe to the neck if you make it to the 5th alive.
Do I get to say my last words?
You said them thrice already.
Yeah, but what if this is the one time I actually...
And this time, the noose grabs Adder's neck tighter. And,
Oh, now you've done it!
Then go and snap his neck yourself.
Don't worry, Adder!
yeah, Illigrab is doing his best here to help within the rules. But help is kind of going to come from a bit of an unexpected source. Elbar, because Joseph has managed to, or Sepp has managed to convince him that a trial is needed here.
Ah, there you are, still alive.
Elbar, can you at least have the decency to let the boy die in peace?
There's been a change of plans.
Okay.
Gods, no!
So, we're keeping it small and personal. No, seriously, do you understand?
I just have to convince a bunch of peasants that I'm not some sort of despotic tyrant, right?
Oh, fantastic. Oh, sorry, lad.
Yeah, they were kind of forgetting about Adder's predicament for a while there.
All right, babies, not.
And hello, Sepp.
Look alive, maggot!
You give me far too much credit, Sir Askadath.
Yes, well, it will be on my.
And Sepp is
So many thoughts, and you can't even spare one miserable "thank you for saving my life"? Really? Where have you left your manners, Adder?
yeah, Sepp is inside Adder's mind.
I heard you.
So what? Do I?
You should at least pretend you're willing to give him a chance.
Gods have mercy!
Good luck with the trial, handsome.
What was that?
Oh, don't get jealous now.
I would think it's far more common courtesy to make.
And they go away for a bit. And I think this is where the trial will begin pretty shortly. So I think I'm leaving it here for this episode, and we'll continue with the trial and stuff that comes after in the next one. For now, thank you so much for watching and spending a little of your time with me here today. It was lovely to have you. Please remember to be kind to yourself. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again next time.